Week 3, 75 hard. Been cruising through this challenge. First 2 weeks, if you've been watching these, I've described as a honeymoon phase. Things were great. I was excited to get up and go every day. I had tons of energy. Routine was good. Week 3 was different. I think week 3, this thing finally caught up to me, finally punched me in the face, which I've been expecting. I've been waiting for. I definitely wasn't expecting this honeymoon type phase to continue for 10 or 11 weeks. I knew it was going to come at some point. And week 3 was the week. I got to about day 18 or 19 of this challenge, and I felt like it was wearing on me a little bit. I started waking up in the morning. The excitement was wearing off. It started to feel more like a grind. I wasn't like, oh, come on, let's go. Let's get this workout done. I'm feeling great. I'm getting in great shape. It was tough. Week 3, I was also on the road. I traveled for work to beautiful Albuquerque, New Mexico. Lovely this time of year. Would definitely recommend it. But being on the road always makes things tougher too. I think it messes with my sleep. It makes my hydration a little bit tougher. But I got through it. And I think this week was a big week mentally. Physically, it stayed pretty much about the same. My workouts were good. I'm still pretty consistent with that. I haven't talked about my actual workout plan schedule very much throughout this. But basically the way it looks is, so it's always 2 workouts a day, 5 days a week. And I always do my first workout in the morning when I get up. 5 days a week, my first workout is at the gym. And my schedule typically goes Monday is legs, Tuesday is arms and shoulders, Wednesday I do chest and back, Thursday legs again, and then Friday I do like just an upper body total thing. And I usually do cardio at the beginning of each of these workouts. I'll do an incline walk for a mile at like a 14% incline, 3.5 miles an hour. A lot of times throw on the weighted vest for that, which sucks. Would highly recommend it if you want to get your butt kicked for 15 minutes or 20 minutes on the treadmill. I'll do assault bike stuff, intervals, minute on, minute off, or Stairmaster HIIT workouts, things like that. But that's usually my schedule. And then Saturday, Sunday, my first workout is still in the morning, but I'll do like a Peloton ride, or I'll just do 2 outdoor workouts where I'm walking, biking, things like that. I found that those 2 days are really important for me because if I'm in the gym 7 days a week in the morning, personally for me it wears me down. And I feel like if I stay on that schedule, my body's going to get worn down and it's going to end up having diminishing returns in the future. I'm going to end up not being able to make it through the full 75. I'm going to end up just having to do really limited workouts throughout the day. So taking those 2 days out of the gym is energizing for me and it allows me to recover well, which is a huge part of this. But physically, like I said, this week was good. Workouts were dialed in, on track, things are moving well. But mentally was tough. So like I said, I think the honeymoon phase wore off. It started to feel more like a grind. And I felt myself having to battle my inner bitch a little bit more, that whiny voice that comes up and makes excuses, tells me I'm tired, this is too much, I shouldn't be doing this challenge, I'm on the road, I can take it easy, just go ahead and have a meal that's not great for you, relax, right? Do things that are convenient, take the easy way out. So I had to have a big mindset shift in week 3 compared to weeks 1 and 2 where I had to dial up the self-talk a little bit more. I had to lock that in. And I had to pay a lot of attention to the story I was telling myself, which from a mentality perspective is huge. Humans are storytellers. And a lot of times when we get into these pity party inner bitch modes, the story we tell ourselves is a victim story where it's too hard. We shouldn't be doing this. Nobody else is doing this. You're going to wear yourself down. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I have to do this every day. Blah, 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 right? So I had to shift that story. I had to battle that desire to whine. And something I did that really worked was just, I had a few mantras, a few pieces of self-talk that I leaned on heavily, especially in the morning going to the gym, and throughout the day getting the second workout done, all that. And some of the mantras I leaned on pretty heavily were simple, but I would tell myself, I'm a master of doing hard things. I'm here to be pushed. I signed up to be pushed. I'm willing to go places and do things other people are not. And the last one that I think really helped me this week was I'm becoming a better version of me. And that one was big because it led me to a realization about this challenge. Like I've talked about in the past, great physical challenge. You're going to get in better shape. You're going to lose weight. You're going to feel good. But the mentality shift you have to make and the discipline that this drives is massive. And a realization I had this week was that this challenge is great because it forces you into assuming new, better identities. And what I mean by that is it forces you to become someone that works out every day. It forces you to become someone that reads every day, that is disciplined and intentional with their diet, that embraces and loves challenges, that doesn't drink alcohol like everybody else. These are all identities that are better than the version you were when you started this, right? And if they're done consistently together, right, when you embody these identities consistently every day, they form a new, better version of you. And so that was a big realization for me. I was like, okay, this is forcing my hand. This is forcing me to become a better version of myself because it's pushing me into all these new identities where I am someone that works out every day. I'm someone that doesn't drink. I'm someone that pays attention to my diet. I'm somebody that reads and grows. Huge realization. So like I said, big week mentally. It was hard, but really important realization. Physically, I always want to go through my Whoop data as well. I think, again, pretty similar to the last couple weeks. I'll always show this up on the screen here, but as always, strain was optimal. Could use sleep improvement. Sleep's kind of tough, traveling on the road, 1-year-old at home, all that makes it a little more difficult, but had quite a few green recoveries this week, which was great. Sleep was okay, but recoveries are generally pretty good. My recoveries are usually lowest on days that I travel or I wake up early to go home. Like Sunday, I was up, working till 11 p.m. and then had a 7 a.m. flight home, so I had to get up at like 4:30. So recovery's a little bit lower that day, but overall pretty good. Day strain was a little bit lower, 13.9 down from 15.1, so a little less strain this week, which isn't all bad. Calories were still up, still burning like 3,500 calories a day, which is fantastic. Sleep was up this week. I think that's a function of being on the road. Like I said, tougher on travel days when I have to get up earlier, but when I'm in a hotel and I don't have a 1-year-old at home, I do sleep a little bit better. I get to get more sleep, which my wife isn't super excited to hear, but that's just the reality of it. So sleep was a little bit better, which was great. Recoveries were good. And that's about it. Again, I'm still using Habit Share, checking off those habits every day. But good week. I think productive week. A challenge for sure, but it was great to finally hit that point in this challenge where I was like, okay, this is hard. No longer a honeymoon phase. I need to get going. I need to be intentional. I need to lean into my self-talk and start telling myself better stories so I can push through this. Because even though this week was hard and it punched me in the mouth, there's a lot of weeks to go. There's like 7 weeks to go. I'm not even halfway or nearly halfway. So we got to lock in, keep going. But I think it's all good. So we're moving along. Definitely going to keep leaning into the mental side of this, keep pushing myself. Keep dialing in the routines on the road. At home, I'm starting to deal with that shift a little bit more where I'm on the road. I get my routine right with my work schedule, and then I'm at home and I get my routine right there. So working on navigating that transition, but we're cruising. We're doing it. As always, subscribe, keep checking these out, and I'll see you next time.